We are I.
Good morning, everybody. Man, Monday mornings. After like a break in routine on the weekends, these Monday mornings, do they mean a lot or are they a grind? Like that first maybe hour that you wake up in the morning, and I always try to keep it in consideration. There's a big difference in Mondays, but as you sit there and like you stew in like the moment, as you sit and you marinate the moment, like you always think like that this is how it always is because this is how I feel right now. So when you reflect back on, like these different situations, these different times, you always carry like the current feeling into those, whether or not it's relevant or not. And I look at that very much that, every 2 weeks I travel, and those Monday mornings, represent a lot of difference. Like those Monday mornings could mean that, I've got to sleep in for an extra couple hours. When I wake up in the morning, they could mean that I've just woken up on a airport floor. They mean that I could have, been up all night, at an airport because the air conditioning, the lights, the floor polishers, the buzz, the people, it could mean that I got a great sleep. It could mean that I'm waking up on a mountaintop or in a valley in the backcountry and just enjoying every second of it. Like it has so much different representation, so much meaning. And then I sit down and I think like it's only because of this world that we live in today that the word Monday really even exists. And then we associate these feelings that come with this word, this arbitrary word, this Monday, this singular word that has such impact. It has such impact just like Friday. And maybe just the same amount of impact on a slightly lesser level of Wednesday. I'm like halfway through the week. But since we've attached these names and these labels, and they've come with expectation. Like, oh, Monday morning, back to the grind. Like, oh, Friday, I got all weekend. It's like we see the smarter that we get, the more that we back ourselves into corners. The smarter that we get, the more intellectually aware, typically the more emotionally unaware we become. Is this just a byproduct of today? Why is emotional intelligence something that's being talked about so much these days? Is that because that we've grown so much intellectually, and we've grown so much from a technology perspective that we've left our emotions behind? Or that we just can't even really process our world today with the emotions that we have? A lot of these are just like rudimentary genetic responses that just they've kept us alive. But what does it take to stay alive in today's world? What does it take? Very little. Let's be honest. But we've associated these names, these terms like Monday, and then we've carried such impact that we dwell on them, or we're excited by them. Simply if I say, hey guys, like it's Monday morning, what a drag. Oh, I can't believe it's just going to be such a long week this week. I got so much to do, and, kids are going back to school, and, I just came off traveling, and I managed to be able to, get on a flight so I could come home last night instead of this morning. Like you can really easily drag yourself and drag everybody down around you simply because you thought of this term Monday, this word Monday. And how many more things in our lives carry that tone versus that just being free to live, that this is just a day, this is just a time. We see this with daylight savings time, and they always say it's for farmers. And I'll tell you the first thing about farmers, when I was growing up, farmers get up when there's shit to do. Farmers go to bed when they're so tired that they can't think of doing anything else, and tomorrow will be another day. Farmers don't live their life based on when 6 a.m. or 4 a.m. comes around. Like you get up when it's time to get up. But again, we've set like these labels and these terms, and we leverage life on them, but we forget just to live. You forget just to live. Like when you get up, do you just decide to live? Yes, there's going to be, great moments. Yes, there's going to be terrible moments. Yes, there's going to be some moments that just swing and sway in your favor. And yes, there's going to be some moments where like the world is fighting against you, but you simply just have the ability to be able to live. And how do you want to live? And what's going on inside of your mind and your heart and your soul every single day that you decide to live? Do you take it? Do you take life and you shake it, you wring it, you squeeze it, you chew it, you throw it, you hug it, you kiss it, you stomp on it, you do everything that you need to do with life, and you cast the shackles of the terms off of life because you decide just to live. You decide to be able to be free of having to have 3 meals a day with 2 snacks. You decide to shake off the shackles of a Monday to Friday because Saturday and Sunday should mean something more. You decide to break the shackles of you only can work 9 to 5. You break off the shackles of this is what it's like to be a air quotes adult. Like you break off the shackles and the chains and the barriers and the restrictions of all these things that prevent you from just living your life. Living life every day, not living life to the fullest, living life every day, living life because it deserves to be lived. You hold this thing in your hand called life, and you deserve to live it. Life deserves to be lived, and you make a choice, you make a fundamental choice every day that you get up of what you want to do with that life, those 24 hours, if you want to call them 24 hours in a day, if you want to call it 7 days a week or approximately 30 days in a month or 12 months a year, you decide what you do with all that because this life of yours is precious. You do not have downtime. You do not have an abundance of time. You don't have relaxed time. You don't have productivity time. You don't have work time. You don't have time with the kids. You don't have time for this. You just simply have time, and time equals life. And how do you want to spend that life?